So our beading lesson for today is all about making your own tassels or embellishing pre-made tassels. And you know, tassels are so popular right now in jewelry and all kinds of different fashion. So I brought a bunch of different examples of jewelry that I've made. Let's start out by taking a look at these pieces over here. The blue one is a tassel that I made using a cord end and some deerskin lace that you just glue inside, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But you can see how this works well with a lot of different elements. I combined it with a pendant, and I have a big crystal bead there at the top, and using it with leather cord so it's suspended, and you can make it long or short any which way that you want. Now the other necklace is brown at the front there, and it's using a suede tassel that's pre-made. And that I just used a jump ring to attach it with the other charms and things that are there on the ring at the end of my leather cord. And the earrings are an example of a Napa type of tassel. Napa is a smooth type of leather that has a soft suede finish on the underside. So you can see it gives you some color variation there and just some different, it gives you a little bit of a different look. So these are some ways that you can use those pre-made tassels in your finished jewelry. Now, if you want to embellish a pre-made tassel, an easy way to do that is to use a giant tassel like this with a loop at the top. And this is a suede one, and I'm using it with this rondelle that has a really big hole. So this is a special crystal bead that's large hole style. And then you can just place this loop, if you squeeze it together a little bit with your fingers, you can just place the loop right through the hole in the large bead there, and you can see that it's just popping out the top enough that I can catch it there with my jump ring. So I'm just going to pick it up with my pliers and pass the jump ring right through that loop at the top of the tassel. And now it's ready to attach to anything. You could attach this to the center of a necklace. This is a piece that I started to make here. It's rosary style in the center with leather cord on the ends, and it has a loop right here at the front that's perfect for embellishing with your tassel. You can just do like so, and then take your other pliers. Now remember, anytime you're closing a jump ring, always brush the ends past each other till you hear that little click, and then bring them back together so that you know that your jump ring is closed all the way and it's not going to fall off of your creation. Now another idea for embellishing a tassel is like this keychain right here. So this one has cup chain with the Swarovski crystals inside that are all glued. This is just one piece like this that I've glued on. So what you'll do with that is take some gel glue and do just a very fine line around the top of the tassel. Okay, so you're just going to press it like this a little bit around the top. I'm going to go all the way around and then come back and press my cup chain onto it. Now, if you didn't want to use crystals, you could also embellish this surface right here with other things like other types of cording. You could use some flat leather suede lace. You could use some wire. You could do anything here to embellish the top because you have that little bit of surface area between the top of the tassel and where the fringe starts. So for this, now you're just going to press this into place and wind this all the way around the top. Now, if you're using a smaller tassel, then you can just press these cups a little bit closer together, or you could use a smaller size of cup chain. And then once you get to the end, just make sure that you clip the end of your cup chain with your wire cutters, and you can press that last little crystal into place there at the top and kind of position these so that they're evenly spaced all the way around before your glue dries. All right, so I'm just going to set this one aside. Now, another idea for embellishing a tassel is, you notice that loop that we had at the top? Well, this one I went ahead and trimmed it off. So I just cut my loop off this pre-made one and put the glue inside the top of the cord end. Just add a little bit of glue and then press the top of the tassel right inside. Now I left the clasp attached because this is the way that these cord ends are sold a lot of times. It's all one attachment. You can just go ahead and unclasp it, or you could use that as part of your design too if you wanted to have a removable tassel. Now this is another idea for adding some deerskin lace to a tassel topper. And this is 3 pieces here that are rather thin, and this is a 5mm cord end here. So I just take some glue and place it inside again, and then fold these pieces together so that you want to make sure that every surface is going to be exposed inside that cap. So you wouldn't want to fold these all on top of each other like a stack, like this, because then that one in the middle might fall out. So you want to make sure that there is some part of it exposed at the top. And then of course you can just press this into place here at the top of your tassel. And I like the look of this. You know, there are different things that you can do when you're making your own. You can mix different colors. You can see the difference between the two different styles of leather lace. This is suede, so it is laying straighter here. This one is flared out a little bit. You could get this a little bit damp with some Murphy's oil soap or something like that and soften these down if you wanted to, make them hang straighter. Now, one last idea is that you can cut a bunch of pieces like this, and this is again a great way to mix some colors. So let's say we want to bring in some olivine here and just combine some different strands. And then you'll just make sure always that you choose the cap that fits onto the number of leather pieces that you want to put inside. So I have counted out here as many as will fit, minus my extra 2 little olivine pieces. Now, one tip is that when you're putting this together, you might not want all of the surfaces to be the smooth side. You might want to turn it so that some are the sueded side. And then, again, you're going to put some glue in the top and then glue these inside. And you can continue adding pieces until your glue dries so that you have a really nice fluffy tassel.